I was never interested in school whatsoever. I thought school just, it held me back from what I wanted to do with my life, you know, and I don't know, maybe that's just, you know, back then it was probably just smoking dope and playing my guitar, you know.
Right.
But
even that had focus.
Yeah. So, you know, and that's sort of the direction I chose to go, you know. And I always felt like I was always, you know, misunderstood, and I didn't want anybody to understand me. You know, as far as you know, they were concerned, I was invisible. So I think punk rock was like the perfect place for me in my life, and just that sort of community of just like, you know, these weird group of people that nobody really knew anything about. But you can never really understand what a kid goes through in school unless you're there, you know. I mean, it'd be stupid for me, you know, I'm 26 years old, it's like talking about, you know, this kid doesn't have it as bad as I did when I was first started out, you know, getting into punk rock or whatever, you know. It's impossible, because some kid, I was the kind of kid that looked to get my ass kicked, you know. I made it sort of, I was outgoing, you know. I wanted to get beat up to prove some point. I have no idea. So
yeah, I think nowadays it's pretty much just as silly as everything was in the 80s, you know. It's just, you just kind of have to live with the time that you're in, you know, and go forward with the information that you have at the time.
Even though we had to walk 40 miles barefoot through the snow, uphill both ways, when we went to school.
You get on tour and you're away from home for so long, and then when you go home, you want to go back on tour because that's the only thing you end up knowing anymore is how to live your life on the road, and you know, so you're just sort of in limbo. It's like, you know, it's like culture shock going home, and you know, but you know, now we've done it long enough to where we're able to deal with it, and like, you know, for us, you know,
I keep the suitcase packed.
yeah.
So that whenever we're off the road, that we're almost on the road again.
Yeah, I don't even unpack. I just leave my suitcase at the door.
That's very true. I didn't unpack for this tour, from the last tour to this one. I just took all my dirty laundry back out on tour. You would not want to smell my underwear right now. But he would.